Hi everyone, I'm going to react to Demon Slayer, Season 5, Episode 6, The Strongest of the Demon Slayer Core. Wait a freaking second, is this the Season 5? Let me double check. Let's double check, or triple check, either way. Let's check, Season 4. Hi everyone, I'm going to react to Demon Slayer Season 4, Episode 6, The Strongest of the Demon Slayer Core. Last episode, Tanjiro went through Kanroji's training, Iburo's training. Well, he didn't actually finish his training with Shinazuga, Sanemi, either way. He didn't finish his training with them because they were fighting. And then him and Zenitsu showed up at the Stone Hashira's place, and Inosuke was already there, enduring training. So yeah, that's where the episode ended. And before we get into this one, if you guys are my reaction, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and please consider supporting on Patreon at patreon.com/Philomini. And now let's start this episode, and here we go.
Okay guys, in case the reaction gets blocked and I had to cut out the reaction itself, you can just look in the pinned comment in the comment section for the link to the reaction highlight itself, so you can just click on it, watch it, and then you just come back for my review.
Look at Zenitsu freaking out already. I'm about to say, how much did they weigh? One cho away? What is one cho? Okay, 350. What? Okay. Simple tasks. A roast you. That will sure wake him up. Oh my goodness. Oh, it was so cute to see Iguro being jealous. This episode. The strongest of the Demon Slayer Core. See? Where is it going? Oh. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, we haven't seen Tyler forever. Inosuke. Did he pass out? Oh, his cute face. I love that they keep going with the fact that he pronounces his name differently at least 7 times before he gets to say it right. I forgot his name, but wasn't he the one that was also there with them during the see, sometimes that's why I don't like to talk. Now I miss what it said. Yes, you are. Is the strongest? Really? Excuse me. Oh my god, he's doing it. is so red. But aren't you supposed to? Oh no. It's pushing that. Okay. Well, the eyes.
しかしまだ太陽を克服した娘は見つかりません。
Nakime.
Nakime? Are they supposed to be pushing it together?
そうだな。この辺り。
承知しました。
That's just so creepy.
また見つけた。禰豆子も産屋敷ももうすぐ見つかる。
I still don't know why he wants Ubuyashiki himself. No, that word reminds me of Sabito.
かまど、俺たちは山を降りるわ。とてもついていけねえ。
Those two are giving up.
皆さんが後方支援してくれたら、俺たちも安心して鬼と戦います。鬼殺隊全員の力で、鬼物寺無惨の首を取りましょう。
後ろは任せておけ。
What backup are they talking about? Like, I want to know, like, what the sustainment, whatever thing that they're talking about, what do they do?
かなり体を酷使したから、塩分は多めにしてあります。お待たせしました、皆さん。どうぞ。
みんな逃げちゃうんだろう。
ああ、それとか金髪みたいにさ、柱との違いに打ちのめされて心折れたりさ。
こういう焼きおにぎりも美味しいんです。
やるな、炭治郎。この味だな。おっか
なんだかちょっと懐かしいな。
That's exactly what I was thinking. His family. Can't the Hashira give them like for some reason I thought the gourd or whatever was blocking the thing's advancement. I don't know. What was I saying? Like give them a tip about how to do it.
お前、額のあざ濃くなってないか？
あ、ゲンヤ。
Get darker?
大丈夫だったのか？
に叱られてさ、兄貴と接触するなって言われてたのに、あんなことになって。
Oh, he was told to do the same thing? Okay. I thought it was just Tanjiro.
ねえのか？
うん。
あとしてやるよ。
本当に濃くなってる。
What does that mean?
嬉しいぞ。
お前ら反復動作をやってんの？
Repetitive motion?
やってねえのか。
What is that?
姫中を極限まで高めるために、
Mm-hmm.
あらかじめ決めておいた動作をするんだ。俺の場合は念仏唱える。
姫島さんもやってる。反復動作。玄也が言ったことを思い出して。
すべての感覚を一気に開くんだ。
怒りや痛みの記憶を思い出す。それにより心拍と体温を上昇させている。
It's budging. At least it budged.
できたか？
全集中とはまた違うみたいだ。
感情を高ぶらせる感じだな。お前の額のあざってそれと同じ状態になってるってことなんじゃないか？どかにそうだな。だって感情が強く高ぶる時ってどんな時なんだ？
それは
悪いな。
うん。
お前ならきっとできるよ。
I'm trying to remember exactly what it is. I don't know if it's when his people are in danger or something. I don't know. Excuse me. I can't really say that because his people are in danger like all the time, but the manga don't.
別な人の顔を思い浮かべることから、
Them all dead.
煉獄さんの言葉を思い出すこと。心を燃やせ。
Set your heart ablaze.
あざが濃く出た状態がこれでずっと続けられるようになるといいな。
Gonpachiro. Before it was Manjiro, right?
目のうちはできなかったけど。 復動作から全力を出す。体が覚え始める。反復動作から。マジ。
So they were watching him since the beginning? Don't worry, you get it too. Is that it? Okay.
あの男は何を企んでいる。お前はどんな姿をしている。産屋敷。
Huh? What do you like?
目島さんに叱られてさ、兄貴と接触するなって言われてたのに、あんなことになって。あの額のあざってそれと同じ状態になってるってことなんじゃないか。
だけど姫島さんや玄也、お前にだってあざはないぞ。
But isn't the mark on your forehead a sign that you're in that same state as repetitive motion?
What is that man scheming behind this veil of silence? The day I find out what you look like, Ubuyashiki, will be your last.
お前はどんな姿をしている。産屋敷。
Oh, I forgot. There usually an after those after credit scenes. I completely forgot. After I was done with the episode, I just like started replaying scenes, and I forgot that they usually have those after credits.
むつまじ。
姫島さんはめちゃくちゃ涙もろいです。ゴミが散らかっているのを見ただけでも泣いてしまうそうです。
Oh, okay. Okay. After seeing the after credit about him crying and everything, I remember at one point asking myself if the tears are sort of like involuntary, or is he actually crying because he wants to cry? And based on what the scene says, it's like it comes, it's not involuntary. So yeah, like I was saying, after the episode ended and then started the outro, I just went and started replaying some of the scenes because I was somewhat confused about what the repetitive motion thing was supposed to help them do, but apparently it's supposed to keep them in this heightened emotional state, and while they're in that state they can use basically 100% or of their strength, I guess, and they can use that to push the boulder. That's what I got out of it. And Tanjiro's case, his repetitive motion is to think about his family and then think about what Rengoku said, which is set your heart ablaze. I'm sort of like not happy. I'm not happy that he's dead, but I'm glad that Rengoku is still like an important part of Tanjiro's journey. He's still pushing him to go beyond himself. Aww. And beyond. So that he can overcome, all the obstacles in his way. He's still like a huge driving force in Tanjiro's life. So that was part of his repetitive motion. Now, there was a scene between Genya and Tanjiro where I'm like, I didn't get it. When he was talking about the mark on his head, he said something along the lines that if doesn't the mark on your head means that you're in that state, in that same state or something or other like that. I'm like, I didn't get it. And then he said, Tanjiro was like, but you guys don't have the state, like Himejima and you don't have the state, but you can still move the boulder. And I'm like, okay, what state are they talking about? So I just, for curiosity, I changed the audio to English dub so that I can sort of like hear what they are saying. And they said the same thing, but they added, after he said in the same state, they added as repetitive motion. And I'm like, what would that be? What would that make it so? Because Tanjiro originally has this mark on his head that looks completely different than when the mark that everyone is trying to get shows up. That mark is completely different, like it's shaped differently and all of that from the mark that Tanjiro has been carrying like all his life, basically. So why would that mark be a state of being in like in repetitive motion? He didn't lose his family from since the beginning of his life. Like he had that mark before his family died. Okay, so why would that? Oh, is it because when Genya first showed up, he's like, your mark is darker. So is that what it means? Because his mark is now darker than it used to be, and it probably became darker after he got that mark. Is that why he's saying that? If that might make more sense, because I was like, why would that be a sign that you're in the repetitive state? State. It didn't make any sense to me. So yeah, I feel like that's why he's saying that, because the mark is now darker. It hasn't gone back to how it used to be, lighter, I guess. So that means he must be in that kind of state, like constantly or something or other like that. But either way, now he's able to move the boulder. Yay. There was also the scene with oh, am I forgetting the bad guy's name? Muzan. There was also the scene after Muzan talked with Nakime, who's now the upper four, and apparently Nakime's thing, she's been locating, I guess, the demons. Is it that she just wants to know where all the demon slayers are, or is it that when she finds the demon slayer, she follows that demon slayer to see if that demon slayer will lead to Nezuko or maybe Ubuyashiki? Is that what she's doing, or is it just like Muzan is like, okay, keep an eye on all the demon slayers for me? But apparently she has been keeping an eye on at least 60% of the demon slayers. And she's found 2 more, and then there was these 2 eyes that sort of like when the demon slayers went different ways, like they also parted ways following each demon slayer. But the thing is, Muzan is looking for both Nezuko and Ubuyashiki, and I'm like, why is it that he's so hell-bent on finding Ubuyashiki? I don't think they've actually explicitly said exactly what is happening between those two, like Ubuyashiki and Muzan, like why Ubuyashiki does he want to defeat Muzan so badly? I know he said something about him being a curse on their family or something or other or like that, but they haven't actually explicitly said what happened between them two. And then when at the end there, he's in his chair and he's like, okay, what is this man thinking or something or other like that, meaning Ubuyashiki. And then at the end there, he's like, when I first read it, I'm sure if I replayed it, you guys will hear me say, like, what do you like? That's what I first read. Like, what do you like, Ubuyashiki? And I'm like, huh? What do you like? That did not make any sense to me. So when I changed the audio to English dub and I replayed the Genya scenes with Tanjiro, and then I replayed that last scene with Muzan, and then that's when I noticed that he's like, what do you look like? And I'm like, oh, so that's what he meant. So he's never actually seen Ubuyashiki before. And then when I changed it back to Japanese, now I fully read it. What do you look like? In English. When I first read, what do you like? So it's like, okay, so he's actually looking. I guess Ubuyashiki has been after him for so long that he's just like, he's tired of him and he wants to kill him and he wants to know who the frick this Ubuyashiki is and whatnot. But yeah, I love that they brought back those when they it first happened when Tanjiro, Inosuke and Zenitsu went to that not mansion but that house where they take care of demon slayers. They were taking care of them, and that's they were bonding during those that episode. And they, at the end of that episode, they sort of became friends and all of that. When they will be switching between the scenes during that episode, they will be having those like three little heads representing all three of them like across the screen. When they brought them back to this episode, I'm like, oh, it's been forever since I saw that. The strongest. Inosuke and Tanjiro were like Himejima, right? Yeah, Himejima was the strongest among the demon slayers, and Zenitsu was like, no, why would you say that? How do you know that, or something or other like that? And Tanjiro is like, I can smell it, or something or other like that. And I don't quite remember what he said. I think he said something about Himejima being able to like move that boulder like a great mini distance or something or other like that. And Zenitsu was like, nah, and then the guy started doing it like in the background. Oh, Zenitsu, at first, y'all know, like Zenitsu, like he really got on my nerves, especially when he starts whining and everything. But now I see him whine, but I'm like, yeah, you whine a whole lot, but you still do what needs to be done. So his whining doesn't really bother me anymore. So when he's whining and all of that, I'm like, yeah, sure. Just get over it and go do what you need to do. And yeah, he saw him and Inosuke saw Tanjiro move the boulder, and yeah, now usually that's how it happens when they're struggling to master something. Or training or whatever, and Inosuke usually is still gung-ho about doing it, but Zenitsu is like, but when they see Tanjiro do it, that's when the other two get pumped up and they wind up doing it themselves as well. So the fact that they saw Tanjiro do this, I'm sure they're gonna, get there as well. I was also there's that Genya, even if Genya first showed up and was like, your mark is, darker. He said something about him being in confinement. Excuse me. And that Himejima sort of like berated him or something or other like that he was not supposed to go near his brother. I thought at first when I saw that him not going after his brother was after what happened during the training session with Tanjiro and all of that. Him telling his brother that he even ate demons, and then the fighting started happening. And then after that, I believe they banned Tanjiro from going near Shinazugawa. And I thought they also banned Genya from doing the same thing as well. But after replaying that scene, now I'm sort of like thinking, did they actually tell him not to go near his brothers, like almost even before this happened? Like him going to his brother and trying to talk to him, and him saying that I even ate demons on whatnot. Did he do that after he was already banned from going near him, and that's why Himejima was berating him and he was in confinement? Or did all of this happen after? Yeah. What else? Yeah, there's not much else that happened this episode. So thank you guys for watching. And if you like this reaction, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe. And if you want to see my reaction to episode 7, you can do so by checking out my Patreon at patreon.com/feelingme. The link is going to be in the comment section, the pinned comment. So you can just click on it and check it out. So I will see you next time. Bye. Chacun a son péché mignon, péché mignon, péché mignon, péché mignon, péché mignon. Chacun a son péché mignon, péché mignon, péché mignon, péché mignon, péché mignon.